Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Yo, Hernandez Govan and Ceddy Nash get into it over the YouTube. I don't like it. I don't like what I see. I reached out to Ceddy Nash because I have his contact information before I made this video to get authorization from him. Yes, authorization. That means, YouTube etiquette request as a man, right? I don't like what's going on because this right here has everybody looking, everybody talking. It could wind up with somebody harmed or common sense. We don't want neither one of that. This young man, Govan, went to trial. He stood 10 toes down as a man. So that's why I'm speaking on this. I heard all kinds of rumors when his name is mentioned. They saying he told this, there was a prophet this, prophet that, but it was sealed. Come on. Whoever it was sealed against, their attorney can go get that sealed proffer. So it's not like it's impossible to get it. If there's a sealed proffer against me, I could have my attorney file that I needed for whatever appeal or whatever suit that I may want to file using it, but the average person can't request it. So let's move forward from there. If there's paperwork, get it. What I saw was a man sitting there like I sat there during my trial, fighting for his life, holding stone face and being as serious as he could be because he knows what he was up against. And that's what I want y'all to understand. But let's get to this joint here and see where we're going to go. All right, you know what it is, unique Mecca audio, man. I like to take my time. I like to make sure y'all understand because this is a serious process we going through. All right, so now let's begin. If y'all don't remember, this is the history of the young Dolph case. I'm going to play that first, and then I'm going to play the video with Hernandez Govan and Ceddy Nash on the Instagram Live going at it, and I'm going to break that down from my perspective. But before we go any further, because I'm just learning about this too, I want y'all to watch this video. We don't get involved in people's beefs as far as with the streets of Memphis and Chicago and Detroit, but if there's something that could be used as a tutorial, then I touch on it, and that's the only reason. It's not to side with either one. I have Ceddy Nash's contact. I hit him up to let him know, that I was going to do a reaction, that I like to talk to him first so he know where I'm going with it, because that's respect. Just like I put my number up on the screen. If anybody have an issue with what I'm saying, we don't need to go running to social media and making a video and jumping on each other's lives, threatening each other. We don't do that at Unique Mecca Audio, and I'm trying to lead by example. If you running a YouTube channel, then the people should have a way to get to you if they have an issue or if they have flowers for you. That's why I do this. So I could deal with the rat bastards and flip-flop wearing in public trolls when they come, because my mouth is nasty too, and I have some free time. That's why I put my number up there, so I could talk and tell you about going to suck your mother, whatever, if I feel that you're getting disrespectful. So please don't call my number doing that, because I wreck with that. All right? Now, let's play this and see how this started out. All right? Y'all ready or what? Should we go? Let's move. We riding, right?
Now, it's almost hard to believe that it's been 3 years since the Memphis rapper was shot and killed at Makita's cookie shop. ABC 24's Leah Williams has the timeline leading to this trial.
November 17th, 2021, rapper Adolph Thornton Jr., known as Young Dolph, stops at Makita's homemade butter cookies on Airways. 2 gunmen jump out of a stolen Mercedes and open fire. The 36-year-old rapper dies at the scene. He was shot 22 times. December 9th, 2021, South Haven police arrest Cornelius Smith on an auto theft warrant. The stolen Mercedes matched the one from the shooting. January 11th, 2022, U.S. Marshals arrest Justin Johnson in Indiana as the second suspected shooter. November 10th, 2022, Hernandez Govan is arrested as the alleged mastermind behind the shooting. District Attorney Steve Mulroy accuses Govan of orchestrating the conspiracy to kill young Dolph. May 2023, Govan is released on bond due to declining health. He remains under supervision. June 9th, 2023, Jermarcus Johnson, Justin's brother, pleads guilty to 3 counts of accessory after the fact. January 13th, 2024, Anthony Mims, known as Big Jook, is shot and killed outside a funeral on Winchester Road. Big Jook is Yo Gotti's brother and Collective Music Group, or CMG, record label member. Prosecutors alleged Big Jook put a $100,000 hit on young Dolph. As of today, no arrests have been made in his murder. September 2024, Justin Johnson's trial begins. Cornelius Smith testifies, claiming he was promised $40,000 for the hit. Before his arrest, though, he says he was only paid $800. Prosecutor Paul Hagerman says Big Jook offered Johnson the hit in exchange to get signed to CMG. The conflict between Dolph's paper route empire and CMG had escalated for years. Johnson was convicted of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and felon in possession of a firearm. Johnson was immediately sentenced to life in prison after the verdict on September 26. August 18, 2025, Hernandez Govan's trial begins. Govan has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder and conspiracy. Prosecutors have to prove Govan masterminded the murder. They're expected to call Cornelius Smith to testify again. Govan is also expected to testify in his own defense. The defense argues witnesses are only testifying for reduced sentences. They claim there's also no direct evidence linking Govan to the murder. The trial is expected to last 2 weeks. Dolph's family continues his legacy through the Ida Mae Family Foundation, still hosting his annual Thanksgiving turkey drive. The city also renamed Dunn Avenue in his honor. It's now Adolph Young Dolph Thornton Jr. Avenue. Prosecutors were seated when the trial began Monday, August 18th at 201 Poplar. We'll have complete coverage throughout the trial. I'm Leah Williams, ABC 24 News.
All right, so that's where we at now. That's where we at, so y'all understand what we're dealing with. Now, we done did that. Now we're going to play the video so that you can see what led up after that. Or what I saw. I'm just saying me. What I saw, because I'm not in Memphis, I'm not in Memphis business, but I'm trying to reach out to the youth and the elders that's in the street to understand how the code go. That's why I say subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel, Juanita Mecca Audio. Now, this here, it don't show it in the beginning because I couldn't find the original video that Ceddy Nash put up, so I played it from someone else, CNN Hood News, I think it was. Now, I played this video because Hernandez Govan is getting ready to just sit down. Before he sat down, there was a part where Ceddy seen that he was reaching out on the Instagram to be a part of the live. And he thought that it was a fake. You could see it in his face. I don't have that to show you, but I'm letting you know. If y'all could find it, I couldn't find it. Maybe they didn't want me to find it. But this is where when he sat down, and you could see there's 2 brothers sitting here with 2 different train of thought, right? Up top, you got Ceddy Nash that's looking at like, I'm a podcaster. This the dude I've been talking about. He's on the show. Let me tell him congratulations. Let me move forward. And then we could have an interview. Now, I watched another program because I like to ride. I watched another program by AK-47. I like him. Go check him out, AK-47, straight hood. Now, AK-47 broke it down that he thinks that what it was that Ceddy had it planned to have Govan on the show, but he didn't expect Govan to go in the direction that he went. He thought it was going to be congratulations, so he came in. He didn't know what to expect. And you could see it by the change right here of dialogue, how Ceddy Nash a little bit uncomfortable, like you came on my show and you sitting back looking at me, and you got this look like you want to just take my life right now. So he gives a little chuckle, and Ceddy says something to the effect of, you know, congratulations, fool, you know, trying to break the ice. And dude just sat back. Watch this. We're going to break this down. All right? We ready to do this, or we riding?
Yeah. What's the word?
Shit, you tell me.
Get Yeah. What's the word?
Shit, you tell me.
Congratulations, fool.
See, right there, Hernandez Gomez is saying, I'm just speaking from how I look at it from a street perspective, so I may be wrong. I'm interpreting that like Gomez is saying, like, Govan is saying, like, yo, you've been talking all this trash about me, so, like, where we at? I'm here now. I'm in your live. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? So then, Ceddy responds, and then Govan gives his, rebuttal. Just listen to it.
I mean, shoot, what's going on, man? You straight? I mean, it's Friday night. You know what I'm saying? We would have thought you would have been on the town or something like that, bro. Like, you good?
See how he sits back and leans back like, I'm not trying to hear none of this crap. Let me take this out. Y'all know my daughter's YouTube channel. Let me move that, right? Look at the way he's leaning back like, yeah, all right, where we at with this? Let's just get to, the elephant in the room.
Yeah, I'm always good.
Okay, it was you kind of, I don't know, man. You kind of.
Right there, right, to translate, and it's not disrespect to Ceddy, I'm just keeping it real the way I see it. He's like, yo, you kind of scaring me right now, dog. Like, you looking at me like you want to kill me and you just came on my live, you know what I mean? And you kind of got me feeling a little uncomfortable right now, you know what I mean? So that's what Ceddy is really saying right here, and they trying to break the ice. Watch the way it break, ka-ching.
You straight? You kind of looking at me like kind of funny, bro. Like that.
Man, I just don't respect, you know what I'm saying, man, how, you was putting the narrative out like I had something, like I was really in on that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you tried to flip it and when you get to the emotions and shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't respect that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, so what he's basically saying is when you was covering the joint, that you was covering it like I was down with the young Dolph situation and I'm fighting for my life and I beat it, whether he was down with it or not, I don't know, but the people in Memphis know, so the people that need to know, and that's why I say that we need as podcasters to stay out of other people's business when it comes to that. You know what I mean? I'm not speaking on the business. I'm speaking on the code, the morals, and the principles on how this is going, because we have a podcaster, a very good podcaster that I watch. But now he's talking to, a gangster off the street, and the gangster's talking from a gangster's frame of mind, and the podcaster is talking from a podcaster frame of mind where he's trying to get views and keep it going and keep it light. He's running the show. He's in a good mood, but the gangster's not really feeling it right now. So that's where he's at. So that's what he's expressing how he feels, and that's what I'm translating.
they like bar you from Memphis from doing some goofy ass shit like that, like.
See, right there, Hernandez Govan is really saying, like, come on, dog. Ain't you, like, really a goofy? This is not me saying, I'm just translating. He's like, aren't you really a goofy? I mean, and he's going to say certain things that happen and things like that, but that's because they looking at life from two different frame of minds. Said he's looking at it from a podcaster and he's doing his thing now. He's a civilian, and Gomez is like, yo, I just beat the biggest murder trial, so I'm the biggest gangster right now. And, you cold disrespected me, and I don't like the way you did it, trying to put me with it, because that's a form of you telling. That's where Govan is at. And then I even looked at the other kid, and I watched his show too, Poetic Flacco. But Poetic Flacco to me was talking way out of left field, because he was saying that, it was his investigation that put him in jail and put other dudes in jail, and he wanted a badge. And, we fired gunshots at them, you know what I mean? Over here, Unique Mecca Audio, you know what I mean? But, to his defense, what he's saying is, man, I'm a civilian. So what you have to understand is that these YouTubers, majority of them, not all of them, are civilians. When they tell you that they're civilians and they want a badge for getting another black man locked up, you need to listen to them and stay away from them. And that's not a disrespect to them. It just means that you're on two different sides of the spectrum and hope your paths don't cross. But now you're inviting Ceddy to cross path with you is not a good look, because you're going with one frame of mind and Ceddy's going with a YouTuber frame of mind. and I'm listening to the commentation because I watched a few videos before I chose to speak on this. And what I see from it is that the YouTubers is taking light of it like this is a regular YouTube situation. No, this may be a regular YouTube situation because people even feel like if, this is all a ploy to get views. But I look at it like, how could it be a ploy to get views when Hernandez Govan is not into YouTube or getting views? Whatever Vlad paid him, I watched that video. I'm going to respond to that video, the first number one, where he spoke on it because he said something powerful that I think is also a tutorial for our people. But, Hernandez Govan is looking at it like, you know what I mean? I got my money. I don't have to promote where they did it because I already have the money. So for those of you that say, because one of my close comrades even say, I think that, all that is just this thing to get more views. More views for what? How does that benefit Hernandez Govan when he already got paid? He's not going to get no extra money for how many views it got, and he's not really a YouTuber. He's a dude from the street that stayed under the radar. That's what I get. I may be wrong, you know what I mean? But let's play this out so you can see the awkwardness of when, a gangster meet a YouTuber, for the first time after they talk about each other. That's why, like I said, that's why I put my phone number up there, you know what I mean? So that if anybody got an issue, make sure you hit the like button for one. And then there's my phone number. We could talk as men. We don't need to go on YouTube and do no crazy, stupid video because that's what we got to stop as a people and learn to communicate with each other. And that's what I'm promoting now, and I'm trying to stop this before it escalates because it's like, Ceddy, you're pushing Govan to, to show his gangster. And none of us want that, except for the viewers that just want drama. But no real person that love their people like we do want that. So that's definitely not what I want, and that's why I'm talking to both of y'all to understand that you're talking from two different perspectives. And if you corner the weakest, the strongest, the meekest, animal creature in a corner, it's gonna fight to come out. So if you corner the man, tell him he a coward, you ain't gonna do nothing, you know what I mean? If I come to your city, this and that, then now you're forcing Ceddy to go out. And then Ceddy saying, I'm going to be there and I'm going early and da-da-da. Now you're adding fuel to the fire of a fight that I know you don't want. Because let me explain this to you because we ride. We talk that real gangster shit over here at Unique Mecca Audio, right? Now, you don't pick a fight, you understand, if you could avoid getting in the fight, right? You listen, man, it's not worth it, man. You understand? It's not worth it. You need to just get away from it. I lost my train of thought. Let me go back to this video because this is a real touchy situation for me because I don't like to see these brothers moving in the manner that they moving because we supposed to be defending each other. We understand that Ceddy has a job to, report because he's a journalist and a podcaster. And, Govan had a right to feel how he felt. But there was a way that it could have been handled that, could have been without the viralness, and getting other people in it to make egos and prides have to stand up and then now start doing what it's doing. It don't work like that.
First off, why are you talking to, nigga? Any nigga ban me from Memphis, I do my step plate. You can do that old man stale face shit you got going on, nigga, but this Ceddy Nash, bro, like I don't know what got going on, bro, but I'm one of them niggas you'll come on the internet talking to me like that, nigga, for surely.
See, right there, Ceddy Nash has to stand up for his manhood because the way he's coming at him. You see, but no disrespect, but Ceddy, you're a podcaster. You're doing everything right the way you're doing it, but you shouldn't have went into the name calling and escalating it. If that was me, just me, myself, what I would have did to handle that was direct that conversation, off of the live when I seen it was going in that direction and said, yo, hit me up on the Instagram when I'm finished with my live and we could speak on this because I see you have an issue with something that I said and I want to hear you out as a man and I want you to hear me out as a man. And that's when Govan could say that I feel like you was doing some ratting shit. You know what I mean? If that's how you feel, gunshots. And that's where it said it could have said, yo, I'm just being a journalist reporting. But that's why I said y'all gotta follow suit, man, and give the people a way to contact you. And if people hit you in your DM, that's why they're there. Respond to them. You know, and that's what I respect about Ceddy, because I hit him in his DM. I hollered at him. We talked about a couple of things when he was going through the commentary with the Young Thug trial, and he was always respectable. And like I said, I'm not into disrespecting anybody. I'm into making sure our people move forward as one, and this is not helping right now because we don't want to see it play out on YouTube that, they meet up in California and it was a shootout and wherever, and this one is on the run or this one got killed on the spot, because don't think it can't happen. So don't provoke it and poke the bear. This young man, Govan, got a lot of issues going on. He just lost his lovely daughter. Rest in peace to her. He has an autistic son that he was trying to get home to and finally beat his case. He just wanted to get back on with his life, but he was wrong. And I'm going to say it. I got to keep it 100. You was wrong for going on the social media, like you did with Ceddy like that, because the same way you went on the live, if you had an issue with him, you could have hit him on the live on the DM and told him everything you had to say it. Just you and him one-on-man, because I know you on man time. But when you put it on the social media, now Ceddy have to save face. And this is the way a YouTuber save face, by getting disrespectful, and, talking reckless. That's what they do. You understand that, and you're not about that. I'm not about that. So I'm not going to go on nobody's channel calling them out and doing none of that. That was out of pocket. All the way out of pocket. Got to tell you that. And this goes for you too, Hernandez Govan. My number's right here. Let me tell you a little something about me so you understand. My brother was shot in the head while he was handcuffed. And the feds came, had handcuffed me to a table and shackled me to a floor. I was in nothing but my underwears. And I'm sitting at this table and they laid out these big glass pictures of my brother with his brains blown out, and they're laughing, saying that the nigga is dead. The fox hunt is over, like it was just a game with my brother's life. Then when I get up to ADX, they come up there to see me and ask me who did it and all this. And they know I'm not going to tell them. I said, yo, just take me back to my cage. He said, well, I knew you wasn't going to talk anyway, but we got a free trip with our family to the Rocky Mountains. I was in ADX Supermax. So it's just a game to them, big bro. It's just a game to them. Don't be a part of the game, because it's not worth it. Right? And that's what we're trying to prevent over here at Unique Mecca Audio. But like I said, my number's there. If you want somebody to talk to Mr. Govan, I'm here, big bro. We all have traumatic issues that happened in our life, and we need more people like each other to be able to talk to us, to understand that, because I understand where you at right now. Right now, you at crash out stage, and they don't understand that because they've never been on crash out stage. Not saying everyone, but majority of the people watching these YouTubes have never been on crash out stage themselves. Must have seen someone on crash out stage in real life, in person. They seen it on the news after they crashed out. But try living in a neighborhood and you watching the crash out escalate because there's so much trauma. I'm going to give you one, right? I'm going to give you one. There was a young man that was raising his two kids, a son and a daughter, like 5 and 6. He's sitting there. Was another young man from the neighborhood that was getting money, wanted to be loud, boisterous. He goes up the hill. He starts a fight, with the Dominicans up there. Dominicans come down here and they shoot up the block. You know what I mean? Trying to get at him. They miss. They hit one of his children, the little girl. So now he loses his daughter. Then the same dude goes around the clock, messing with around the block, messing with the Jamaicans. Now he messed with the Jamaicans and, wet him up with a super water gun or something. So now after he do that, he comes back around. You understand? And now they tell him they coming to get him. They go back around the corner and they go wet up that block. Now a little boy gets hit. And then now a week later, a man gets caught on the corner with a gun. The police run his name and they found out that was the father of the little boy and the little girl. Now he's caught with a .357 Magnum on the block trying to kill the person that brought these dramas and tribulations into the block that wound up taking his children's lives. That's how serious this is out there. But at that time, they understood and they knew that he was going through a crash out stage, what they call a mental breakdown. You lose your son and you lose your daughter a week apart, you know, and you got sole custody from the mother, and you see, you know, this is because of this man's actions. They trying to gun him down, but instead they hitting your innocent babies. And that's why I say that I don't like flip-flop being in public trolls, because if you out there and someone crashes out, how are you going to get out the way to defend yourself or defend whoever you're with if you're wearing effing flip-flops? And that's what I don't like. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, right? Now, so we're going to finish playing this because I want you to understand and stay focused where I'm at. I know my channel's a little different and I'm reporting it a little different, but I'm reporting it from a gangster's point of view. You know what I mean? So Gomez is on crash out stage is the way I see it. You know what I mean? And he goes up there. He's not trying to argue. He's not trying to do the YouTube thing, so he should have never went up there. Because, you know, if you go on somebody's channel and you got negative energy, they're going to get aggressive. You know, you got positive energy, they're going to get positive and y'all going to vibe and have a good joint. You know, but this was unexpected. That's why I like when AK-47, his analysis was that this was a ploy for him to get on the show. But when Govan got on the show, said he didn't know that he was going to go in the direction he's going with, that he had an issue with his commentary on his trial. All right, let's ride.
I'm not that nigga.
One thing we ain't finna do is argue on Instagram. You know, I look at you as like little kids at high school that used to get beat up and shit, and now you got a voice since the internet has been invented. You know what I'm saying? Like,
see, so what he's saying, basically, I look at you like a buster with a new toy. That's not to disrespect him. I'm just translating so y'all understand. Let me change this background. And thank y'all for the donations that got this. All right, now, so that's where we at, right? So that's how he's basically letting them feel, and you can look at Ceddy's face like, oh, he's shooting me a shot. Now let's see where they go. Because what we doing, we riding.
nigga, we ain't got to do this. Like, I'll be in LA soon. I'll be in Atlanta soon. Nigga, we can meet up and I'll kick the pies out your nigga. We ain't got to do this shit.
Hey, yo, that joint gonna go viral though, Ceddy. That nigga said he'll kick the pie out you. Yo, that's a funny one. You know, just to keep it real, you know, like when they say I look like a black Flavor Flav when they first saw me on Vlad and coming out on the podcast, Ceddy. Say, you know, that's what they do. They say I look like a black Flavor Flav, I look like Crunchy Black. That's all they joke, you know what I mean? But you gotta just ignore that and stay to the course. You know what your mission is, Ceddy. Stay to the course, big brother. You dealing with a man that just lost his beautiful daughter. Rest in peace to her again. And he just beat a trial and he's being labeled being hot from doing profits. He got a lot of issues with him. I didn't see none of this paperwork. So that's why I'm reporting on it, that I see him on man time, because I watched him stand up against the opposition and took his like a man, whatever it be. And for that, I respect him. Because he could have went on the other side of the team, but he stayed where he was at, even with everyone saying that he was on the other team. If he was on the other team, not defending, but just asking a question, if he was working with the other team like they did, then why would they charge him? All they would have did was actually solve some more murders. So think of that, because I don't like nobody putting a bone on somebody that might not be official. You know, don't put an unofficial bone on a man. You never do that on the street. That's the number one rule on the street. Don't put a bad bone on an official man. That's number one rule, because now he has every right, you know what I mean, to turn your lights out, as Hassan Campbell say. Every right from a street point of view, not promoting violence, just letting y'all know how it is, because y'all have to hear the real. And right now, Hernandez Govan feel like he's honoring his name, his legacy. He just went to trial and beat trial for the biggest case down there in Memphis, and he's getting. But he walked into this with Ceddy, because Ceddy was over there minding his business. No disrespect to you, Mr. Govan, but Ceddy was minding his business, and you did jump on his live. So you opened yourself up for whatever he gives you, because he's a podcaster, and he got to give his people their entertainment, because that's what they watch him for. And I watch him as well. And like I said, I reached out to him and tell him I think he was doing a good job. You know, I don't agree with everything he say. And I see a lot of crazy things he say that I don't agree, but I'm not going to run on YouTube and try and say, I don't agree with Ceddy. Ceddy's a piece of crap. He's this and that. No, I can pick up the phone and say, yo, Ceddy, I don't agree with that. Or, I look at it this way. So maybe you want to try and hear what I'm saying and apply it to where you at to see, if that could help us elevate to the next level, because we all trying to teach each other. And me and him had conversations like that. He was never disrespectful. But right now he's defending his manhood. So that's what you see him right there. Let's ride back.
First off, a nigga beat me up, nigga. Definitely, that ain't never happened. So you definitely won't come to LA.
We all been beat up, Ceddy. I'm going to just say that. All right, Govan, your turn.
For sure, you won't be coming to goddamn LA. Nigga, that's one thing you won't do, nigga. My city? You talking like that, bro?
Hold up. Isn't Big U locked up for calling it his city and the checking in and the allegedly paying for ops to do this and that? And now, Ceddy, you going down that road after you saw what happened with Big U. That's why I do these videos, Ceddy, for y'all to understand and see the reality of it when you're just reporting, because you're taking it on face value because you've been out here all this time. But I was in there for 26 years with men that couldn't get out of this shit because they reacted in the same manner that both of you young men is reacting in, and both of y'all need to stop it. Both of y'all need to turn it down. And my phone number is up there right now for both of y'all, Mr. Govan and Ceddy. And this ain't got to be no YouTube joint. I don't want do no YouTube video. I just want to talk to y'all as men to let you know where you're heading, because I know you know in your subconscious, but I want to put it in your present that I've seen a lot of men lose their freedom for the rest of their life for a 5-second decision. But you already know what I say, man. Hit that like button. But, let's finish this because we riding.
Get ran out of your city for bringing Lil Woody to the 60s.
I got ran out of my city?
Then you have to pay some niggas out the 60s.
If I pay anybody, I'm paying ops. That's who I pay, nigga. I pay niggas.
Ceddy, you're wrong for going down that direction. The feds is watching, Ceddy. You could be all the civilian you want, but now, God forbid if something happened to this young man or somebody else in his family, they're going to look at you because of this video. And you could be all the way in California, and they could be all the way in Mecca or West Bubba up. It don't matter. Don't do that, Ceddy, man. You don't do that.
Niggas to get niggas out the way. Watch your mouth, nigga, if I slap the... That's
And now you're talking about slapping a grown man.
one thing. First off, nigga, and you come to Atlanta, bro, let me tell you something. You slick ass little bean head ass niggas, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's YouTube talk. Look at Govan. He's not feeding into none of that. They're in two different mindsets that don't even need to be communicating right now. Right there, Ceddy, you're responsible because it's your platform. When you saw it was going in this direction, before you got out your character and allowed the world to see this side of you, because you're feeding into where he's at, because right now he's on crash out mode. So don't feed down to the crash out mode, because you're not trying to crash out and you're not trying to have anyone crash out on you. And neither is anyone else watching this, and that's what we promote and preventing the crash out. But when you escalate it like this, it's like then I see you do a video where you riding on your way to LA. This is not a joke, big brother. This is not a joke. Because you don't know where this mindset is at. And they already said that he's a alleged mastermind for orchestrating. Big bro, don't put yourself in that situation. You know what that's equivalent to? Could we ride? I'm on the corner the other day. We seen this older female. She had on a pair of poom shorts and a little tube top, little slim. She was cut up nasty. When I say nasty, I mean it was fire. You know what I mean? So we looking at any man looking at it. We looking at she half naked and she's sitting out there. She got long hair, Spanish girl, and we're looking, and my man said, "Oh man, she look good." So we had to tell him now that the rumor is that she got them 3 letters. You know what I mean? Them 4 letters. So they're like, "Nah," and we're like, "Yo, it is what it is." So at least we told them. So if he want to play Russian roulette and go try and tap that to see if she had those 4 letters, then that's on them. And it's the same thing here, Ceddy. If you want to, roll the dice to see if Hernandez Govan is really bout it, or willing to crash out, that's on you. But I'm telling you from an elder point of view that it's not worth it. Don't feed into those that you can see is going through trauma. You see this young man's trauma play out on YouTube. So right now he's not in the right frame of mind, but he's still in control. But at the same time, he may feel like he lost his daughter. He don't care. And we know that he cares because he has his autistic son that he said was 5 that he was going home to hug, which I respected. But we're supposed to help him adjust back into society and forget about what he's accused of. You already hear people shooting out there, get out of Memphis, get out of Memphis. So the people is trying to help. But this is not helping him or you or our people, Ceddy, for you to go down this road. You know, I'm going to let it finish playing out so they can see the things that was exchanged.
Niggas like you, bro, I slap the shit out of nigga. I'll give your old ass a wedgie. You probably wearing Depends out this motherfucker. Ain't you like, he's like 70-year-old talking shit. Nigga talking about.
You don't notice that Govan is not even stunting none of the jokes and all that he's saying because he's on straight crash out time. And when you see a man on crash out time, get the out the way. That way they don't crash on you.
Man, I can tell the way you talking, you ain't even in a fight problem. You just, only fight you been in is in your dreams, nigga. You just talking. We ain't got to do all this goofy ass shit, nigga. Let's just line it up, nigga. I'll be in LA in like 4 days. Where you at?
Right there said he could have ended and said, you know what? I'm going to talk to you after this so we can line it up. But said he's a YouTuber. So he knows he has to defend his face, his brand, like any other YouTuber. And then, you know, he wants content. So yeah, he want to meet up with him. But not like this, big brother.
I'll be in LA, nigga, 3 days and wait for you for 5 days, nigga.
All right, so.
See, Ceddy is playing with it. And he's serious. We know Ceddy's there for 3 days and waiting 5 days. We don't dispute none of that. But the point is, you know, no disrespect, Ceddy, you're not ready for what this man may bring within those 3 to 5 days. And you don't know if he cares or not. So for you to sit there and I hear people say, oh, nobody wouldn't this because he wouldn't crash out. He just beat the biggest trial. So why would he put himself in another one? It's called crashing out. When you can't take it no more and you can't process where to go with it logically, where we come from, we bring it to violence. We want to see blood. And this is where I don't want Hernandez Govan to be at. And that's why I'm asking Ceddy, yo, come on, babe, tone it down. You got my info. You already know that I ain't on no bullshit. I ain't no chasing views. I don't need to get you on my show. You don't need to get me on the show, but we can talk behind the scenes so I could explain to you that this is the wrong route, man. This is the wrong route. And Hernandez Govan, if you want to call me, I know what you're going through, big brother. I laid 5 years in the cell in ADX, man. 5 years straight in ADX, and then had to serve another 5 years in and out the hole, then another 5 years. I mean, yo, I done been through it, big bro. 26 years, so I'm qualified to understand where you at. And like I said, I too lost my brother. Rest in peace to my brother, and rest in peace to your daughter, and rest in peace to young Dolph. And anybody else that may have lost their lives, that's at the sound of my voice, that lost a loved one. Rest in peace to all your loved ones, to all our loved ones. Let's ride.
So I tell you what, when I touch down, nigga, in 4 days, nigga, I'm gonna drop my low and let you know where I'm at. And I'm gonna see if your podcasting ass gonna pull up.
Right there, Mr. Govan, you could have did that on a private live conversation instead of like this, man. Because now you're putting Ceddy in a situation to defend his manhood. And then Ceddy, now you're putting him in a situation to defend his manhood. So both of y'all throwing wood on each other's fire is not going to help anything, but just burn the house down. And I don't want to see both of your houses burned down. We work too hard to get where we at as a people. Let's stick together and let's stop this.
And stand on all this gangster shit that you talking. And I want to know.
I'm not a gangster. I'm rolling, nigga. That's number one.
That's the point. You just said it, Ceddy. You're not a gangster. So if you're saying you're not a gangster, you're talking to a man that is a gangster that just showed you because he had the balls to stand there and face 12 jurors for his freedom instead of flipping. So you're talking to a gangster and you're saying you're not a gangster. So you're not having the same communication, big brother. That's why I'm doing this video to translate for you.
Put you on, first of all. I think you around here claiming the 60s on some goofy shit.
First off, nigga, come find out. Come to the set. Come find out.
You see what I'm saying? Now you just invited an alleged killer to come to your town to find you. That's a no-no, dog. That's like inviting a girl with the 4 letters, you know, come to my bedroom, come see what I got. And she gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna show you what I got. Don't do that, dog.
Come to the set, nigga. Yeah, come to the set and find out, nigga.
Hey, I'm free of all charges now. I'm slapping.
You bring your ass. You bring your ass to LA. You bring your ass to LA, nigga. I'ma find out. And if I'm paying niggas, I'ma pay niggas. And you ain't gonna make it, nigga.
Oh.
See, all this pain, come on, dog. Don't do that, dog. Them people is watching, man. And that little statement, if something happened to anyone close to them, you're gonna be on the suspect list, whether they choose to call you or not. All right?
Okay. So you talking like you paying niggas on Instagram. You saying all that goofy. That's how I know you're a goofy. You saying shit like that on IG. What you gonna do?
No, you said I'm paying niggas. I said if I was to pay niggas, it'd be to paint niggas. Ain't none of that shit on my rap. I'm a nigga that get my hands dirty. I ain't gotta pay nobody. I tell my niggas, hey nigga, don't breathe, let that nigga go. I'll pay LA to stay off your ass just so I can catch you. Fuck is you
Do you hear this?
talking about?
And nigga, I plan to be at No Jumper soon. Ain't that one of your second homes, nigga? You can meet me there, nigga.
Man, if I catch you at No Jumper, you gonna catch the black part of my hand, nigga. You type of nigga I smack with the back of my hand.
Eyes out your ass in front of Adam, Remo, what's the name? Made the goofy ass shit by my daughter. The fat nigga name.
Man,
Yeah, him. I kick your ass.
You old ass niggas, bro. I swear for God. All that Memphis shit, that shit cool in Memphis. Outside of Memphis, nigga, that shit don't fly, bro. Fuck is you talking about? Our real life nigga beat the shit out you. Beat dog shit out you. Beat the dog.
See what I'm saying? He's having a conversation about beating when he's talking to an alleged, you know, mastermind killer. You know what I mean? Come on, dog. You're talking about beating. Yeah, we already know Hernandez said he'll kick a pie out of you, you know? And we got to laugh out of that. But you're still talking about fighting. This man is not thinking about fighting, and you're steady saying fighting. Even though he's saying kick a pie and this and that, his mindset, fight don't mean with the hands. Anything you bring to a fight is allowed because a fight is an ignition of war. And you can't pick and choose what weapons the next man bring to the table because he's going to bring what he feels he needs to defend himself. So if you go out there thinking you're just going to backhand somebody and that's it, and they pull out a knife and slice you, or they pull out a whatever and do whatever, what do you really expect them to do? So that's why I said you got to sit back and you got to think, man, yo, Ceddy, it ain't worth it, family. And Govan, it's not worth it. That's why, like I said, I put my number up there throughout the show. Both of y'all tone it down. You got 2 brothers that we don't want to lose, both of y'all like that. I don't know the situations that's going down in Memphis or over there with Ceddy in California, but this is not worth it, and we don't need this, man. We riding.
Piss out you, bro. Don't show up in LA, nigga. Don't get no Vlad TV interview, no Jumper interview, no Cam Capone interview, no none of that. Don't bring your monkey ass to LA, nigga. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm already booked. You think I ain't coming to get my money, nigga? I'm gonna send you the contract and let you know what day and see if your lame man's gonna pull up, nigga.
Whatever money you get, nigga, you better save that shit. Whatever money you get.
Now, this is the ultimate threat right here. This could land both of them in prison. Listen to this. And listen, the feds is watching that whole Memphis situation. Don't think because he beat it in the state, it won't be on a federal indictment as a furtherance in further of, you know, the ongoing of the conspiracy. And that adds the death penalty in the feds. So, you know, and everything that they put on in the evidence that they beat, that everyone is saying was weak, this and that, the feds is going to hear that to add to it to make it stronger, bring it in the feds, and then put them on and charge them with the exact same thing in the feds because it's in a different jurisdictional level. Let's keep it moving.
Save that shit, bro. Because, nigga, they gonna need it.
But the money you making on this motherfucking YouTube, you need to put it on your life insurance for people.
Now, you just beat you done beat organizing a murder, and you're sitting here telling the man to get life insurance? Come on, family. Y'all are crashing out, man. We don't need to do this. Please, brothers. Please, we don't need to do this. We definitely don't need to do this, man. All right? I'm getting ready to tap out. Know that we ain't with that over here. Unique Mecca Audio. Let's try and diffuse this, man. If any of y'all know those two brothers, let them know that my suggestion is it ain't worth it. Don't go down that road. Don't go down that road. Don't go down that road.
Cheers, cheers, the crime,
Yeah. Yo. What's up? Here we
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw uptown. Baby horn uptown, the minute get bust down. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours, so we can give back to the... Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.